We welcome you live to this season number 5 NASCAR iRacing FedEx Cup Series Daytona regular season finale. And we're here tonight, of course, from the Daytona International Speedway. It is time to decide the Cup Series chase. The final race of the regular season comes tonight from Daytona International Speedway. And it's been a very anticipated race, of course, as of late, the Cup Series. All of the season action in the regular season comes down to this. We have still 3 spots that technically are locked up in the chase, 8th, 9th, and 10th, and then 5 drivers technically going for those 3 spots in the chase. So it should be interesting tonight. The regular season championship is already locked up by Cameron Chandler. He did that last week at Watkins Glen. Second place is already locked up by Bryce Benson, but third place, which still gets 5 chase points, second gets, of course, 10, first gets 15. Is still up for grabs between Braden Hunsicker, got about a 20-something point lead over Matthew White, so that still could be a swing today. But we're ready to go tonight in Daytona. It's, of course, the second race of the season in Daytona. The Daytona 500 is obviously the other one, but it should be such an interesting regular season finale, as always, here for the Daytona International Speedway for the NASCAR iRacing FedEx Cup Series. This is race 18 of the season. Of course, we get the half-hour warm-up session coming up straight away. 1 lap qualifying with the Super Speedway, 80 laps for today for our regular season finale under the lights, as it always is in Daytona. It has been like this for the past 4 seasons. Of course, this is the 5th Daytona regular season finale under the lights for the Cup Series. All right, so car is going to be on the racetrack here in just a few moments for this warm-up session. The regular season finale. 1 race left to go this season, or this regular season, I should say, before the chase gets underway next week in Iowa. Of course, the Grand National Series had their Daytona race last night, won by C.J. Ehrman, of course. They don't have any chase, so they didn't have technically a regular season finale or anything like that. They just had a normal points race. They still have 7 races to go after that one. But we are live in Daytona. This is the World Center of Racing, the Daytona International Speedway. Here we go. This is your NASCAR iRacing FedEx Cup Series season number 5, regular season finale. Car's going to be about to pull into the racetrack here for tonight's warm-up session. All right. Of course, already 1 race at Daytona this season. Obviously was, like I said, the Daytona 500. Massive crash there on the final lap. That race, obviously, of course, won by Bryce Benson. What a crazy finish and crazy race that was. What are we going to see tonight for the second ever Gen 4 race here in the Cup Series at Daytona? All right, see Ashton Miller. He is actually on the chase cut line. I'm going to take a look at your chase cut line, which is the most important thing today. 1 more race, of course, before the chase starts next week in Iowa. Ashton Miller only a few points actually above that cut, so he's going to have a great night today. Does not want to get knocked out. It would be the first time in his full-time Cup Series career that he would actually miss the Chaser playoffs. Made it in Season 2, Season 3, Season 4. Wants to make it in Season 5, of course. Does not want to get knocked out today. And there behind them comes your winner night, of course, C.J. Ehrman in the Grand National Series. What a wild race that was. Massive crash on the final lap. Couple of massive crashes. It was double overtime as well. What are we going to see today in Daytona for the Cup Series? All right. Cars, though, pulling onto the racetrack here from the Daytona International Speedway. Here we go. First one is at 5 of Christian Herklotz. Of course, you're going to hear the absolutely beautiful X-pipes here for the Gen 4 cars. These cars sound amazing at the super speedways. They also have a different body style than every other racetrack at Daytona and Talladega. And here they come, on track. Practice is underway for the regular season finale in season number 5. Oh, and Eli's already getting pushed out of line. Finished, 4th last night in the Grand National Series. Crazy final lap. 3rd. A crazy final lap. He was running 34th at one time and finishes P4. Or P3. Anyways, they go down the front stretch here in Daytona. be quite the interesting race tonight. Let's actually look at your most important thing, the Chase Cut Line, entering the day. The final race of the regular season tonight in Daytona. Of course, Cameron Chandler, Bryce Winston, Hunsicker, they all locked themselves in a long time ago. Chandler is your regular season champion. That is guaranteed. Then you look at the Chase Cut Line. Payson Lindsay, he's had a good couple of races. He now puts himself plus 21 to the good, 8th in points. Aiden Holes, you see, only plus 9. Ashton Miller only plus 7. See Axel Smith minus 7 below the Chase Cut Line. Jacob Quayle minus 20. Those are your 5 drivers remaining for those final 3 spots. Everybody else is either locked in or eliminated. So who will make the chase? Will we have a shake-up inside of the top 10, or will it stay the same? We'll see. And also a win at Daytona, of course, on the line. That's one of the more important things. Cameron Chandler around the outside, your regular season champion right there, gets an extra 15 chase points from that.
Also, one thing in these cars, you can barely push in these things, be pushed at all. These cars are not really meant for pushing compared to what they use in real life, like the next gen and Grand National cars like last night. These cars are not really meant to be pushing.
Yeah, they do get themselves a little bit up on the 2 wheels, I guess we can say. As they head down the front straightaway, ahead of them there is Matthew White in the 7, running his Monster Energy pink paint scheme for the first time in I feel like a while. Of course, he's locked into the chase for the 5th straight season. 2 wins at Phoenix and Richmond. Probably could have won Watkins Glen if he was on a better strategy. Was probably the fastest car in that race. Here goes Landon Johnson with Zane Rahman in the 1. So Landon, I mean, you're looking for your 2nd career Cup Series win. Your 2nd win of the season would be your 2nd win in 3 races. You think it could happen today?
I don't know. Anything could happen at Daytona. We definitely got a chance if we can stay in the draft.
Should certainly be interesting as he goes behind Zane Rahman. Heading back into 1 and 2. Oh, around goes the 80 of, usually, it used to actually be Logan Giesbread, but Knox Thompson actually purchased that number. His teammate, Keegan Shelton, is actually going to be making his Cup Series debut. Here he is in the 08 tonight for K-Tan Racing. Both of them, of course, with that team. They're actually, it's their first ever Cup race, that organization. So we'll see what they can do tonight. All right, as they head off turn 4 and boom, back down the front straightaway. Herklot's very sideways there from a bit of a push, as you can see. Definitely hoping to have an interesting regular season finale tonight in Daytona. This race usually doesn't disappoint. Usually have some pretty insane finishes here. Cameron Chandler is technically your defending winner of this regular season finale in Daytona for the Cup Series. So far, top of the board, doesn't really matter too much at a super speedway, is CJ Urban, your winner in Grand National last night. As around goes Eli into the wall.
And Axel Smith is racing tonight.
All right, so of course he is one of those drivers that's just below the chase cut line. What can he do? Oh.
Oh.
Oh. Oh.
Okay. Of course, Grand National had 35 cars last night. I don't know if we're going to see the exact same number today. We'll have to wait and see. Oh, and there. Okay, we're wrecking here off pit road. Still only about 10 minutes into this warm-up session, though. Here goes Max Snippy on the outside of that 31. He's going to get turned by John Butler, who is locked into his 3rd straight chase appearance. Oh, in the wall. Oh, my God. Upside down on his side, the 5 of Herklot's.
Oh, my God.
Oh, man. John Butler, that was a horrific crash. Good Lord. God. He's still flipping. I don't know if he's going to ever finish. There, maybe. Oh, he gets hit again. Oh, and now these things flip easily. I just realized that. I don't know what it is with this package here at Daytona with the Gen 4s, but they look like they're pretty flippable.
Yeah, we've seen that in the first race of the season here in season 5 with the final lap.
Yeah. I think the most flips I've ever seen in one single accident in the final lap of the Daytona 500. But Eli, are you feeling...
Pit party's about to end. Hold up, the pit party's about to get exploded.
Oh, God. Yeah, so it's about 4 wide here coming off pit road.
Oh, my God. They just died.
Okay.
I don't think that's a pit party, guys. You gave him too much time, Miller. You got to count from like 5.
Oh. Upside down is that 94 car of Erdman. All right, so still going to see cars pull on to the track here in a moment. As this warm-up session in Daytona continues. Oh, we're still wrecking. All right. Okay, what on earth is going on?
I hope the race ain't going to be like this.
Yeah, I don't think it is, let's be honest.
Hey, you kept jinxing us a lot last night, mister.
That was Bryce.
That was Bryce.
We're still going to blame that on you.
Okay. Oh. Anyways, of course, 17 races down this season. One more to go before the chase is underway. Still have a super speedway in the chase at Talladega, so that should be wild later this season for the Cup Series, as Max Diffie's just crashing on the apron now. Oh. Then, of course, you got some short tracks. You got New Hampshire, you got Iowa mixed in there. You got 2.5 miles, Chicagoland, Kansas. So 3.5 miles is actually the championship in Las Vegas. So got a good mix of racetracks coming up in the chase. Just a beautiful sound around here in Daytona with these Gen 4 machines. Oh my God. Bit of an accident down the front straightaway, as you can see. Involves some cars. Anyway, oh, Matthew White gets turned, and he'll hit the wall. They'll take out Eli Tomlin as they spin their way down the backstretch, and White slams the wall again. So I guess I would ask Landon on this one, because I don't think Eli did the Daytona. Actually, no, he did. Didn't you? No. Did you? No.
I was in a booth.
Yeah.
Daytona.
So
what happened?
I'll ask Landon on this one. Do you feel anything different with the Gen 4 car drafting-wise here compared to the 500 earlier this season?
Yeah, horrible time to ask that. I got 0 time today in the draft. This is the first time I've got a little bit of draft.
Oh, okay. Well, I will find out in a moment, I guess. Oh. They're 4 wide down the back straightaway, by the way, and now they're going to try to wreck. And now they are going to wreck. It's 5 wide, and there they go. Oh, man, hard clots. Oh, Cameron Chandler runs straight into him. And debris is flying everywhere now. Alrighty. So some cars that are trying to actually load into the race that aren't here just yet. Cole Clausen. Oh man, that's a bit of an accident, as you can see. But who will advance the chase? Can a guy like Axel Smith, who is a few points below the chase cut line, gain on a guy like Ashton Miller, who of course currently sits just above the chase cut line in 10th. We will see. Mason Lindsay still not locked in, but of course he won this race back in Season 3. His only Cup Series win to the day.
But yeah, to answer your question, Ethan, running a couple laps with the draft, like, if you have to move down and you have nobody behind you, you're gonna have like an air bubble between you and like the car in front of you if you're the last car in line. And then if you have to check up, especially in this car and how it drafts, you're gonna lose the draft unless a lot of people get checked up.
All right, thank you, Landon. As once again the drivers make their way, okay, through turns 3 and 4, they're going to split Tomlin. As Erdman nearly tries to take out somebody. Still, that going down the front stretch here in Daytona. Oh, God.
Hey, Ethan!
What?
Refresh the paints.
Okay.
Thank you.
Alrighty. Anyways, car is going to be pulling back on the track here, as you can see.
About 25, 26 laps. So if the stage is at 40, it's going to be a split down the middle for the stages.
Yeah, it is definitely not the largest fuel window of all time, but it does make sure we're not going to get like an early caution like lap 5 or something and make it again. It's going to, make some strategy. Hopefully, maybe have green flag pit stops here in both halves. Oh, next Dippy. Oh, in the middle now goes Tomlin. He's just getting bounced around, as you can see. Yeah, this is getting pretty aggressive here. Trying to race a little bit. You see Herklot's there in the 5 car. 11 and a half minutes left to go here in practice.
And also, it's a great opportunity for these guys, maybe that are group racing, to maybe practice pit road entry, because we've seen before in races people speed on pit road, people spinning out on pit road. Crazy things coming on the pit road here. We also, the good opportunity for these guys to practice exiting pit road for their qualifying, so that's going to matter a lot for this qualifying session for 1 lap.
Yep. Of course, usually 2 laps for every other racetrack. I don't know what Braden's paint scheme is doing here, but it just isn't working. Oh, Cameron Chandler. He is surfing. Oh, we have a massive crash down the front. Oh, my God. Oh, it's not over. Holy. All right. Oh. Hopefully everyone's okay. And, sorry.
Oh.
Anyways, still trying to get trading paints all up and running here. Make sure everything's all good from Daytona. Apparently, Braden Hunsicker's paint scheme isn't exactly working too well right now. A big old group of cars off pit road.
We'll say tires will matter tonight, I think, because tire wear here is maybe you don't think it'll matter, but especially in the Gen 4 car when you're double or possibly 3 wide, it's hard to stay on the bottom of a 30 or 40 lap old tire. So maybe not. I assume we'll at least get 1 pit stop of tires tonight.
All right. Anyways, cars make their way through 3 and 4 here. Oh, there's Ramon on the wall. He's going to nearly collect Bryce Benson. So if you're a guy like Bryce, you're a guy like Cameron here, you can just do it. I don't want to say whatever you want today because there's still chase points you can get here on the line. But you're locked into the chase, obviously. You're locked into your position in points, getting first and second in the regular season standing. So you could basically just, well, you can ride around technically, but then you can just race at the end. You don't have to worry about anything. Go for the win. If you wreck, you wreck. Doesn't really matter at that point. Oh. And there goes Hunsicker. Not really sure what's going on with his trading paints, but trading paints was a little broken for me as well. Oh, big hits. All right. Here goes Zane Rahman. Down the front stretch he'll go. He in that one car. About 8 minutes to go here left in this warm-up session from the Daytona International Speedway. Qualifying is coming right up after this. Filippi. He's going to have Cameron Chandler go to his inside now, door to door, down the backstretch. Oh, Diffie way up outside there, blocking her claws. So now middle is Ashton Miller. More contact all around, 3 wide, down the front stretch. If we did get a few more cars here, we currently have 23 entered. We had 35 for 36 actually for Grand National last night. 1 went home. We had now 2 races in a row here at Daytona. Both races this season in the Grand National Series, we have at least 1 D&Q. A little pack on here. Oh, Lindsay's going to swing way outside there on Axel Smith. He's going to go with Herklotz. So good to actually practice here in this pack. Chandler will block outside. Lindsay coming with the run back to V8's bumper. And there goes Lindsay's money in the middle of 3. All right. Not really exactly sure what's going on with Hunsicker's paint scheme right now, but okay.
Second fastest lap.
Wow. Oh, what an incredible lap right there. So much talent used.
Up, there they go.
Oh. And now we're having a mail. Oh my God. Eli, are you okay?
I hope so.
Big wreck. Oh my goodness.
I feel like it's gonna be also like talking about like how this car drafts. Like you got to be in the pack to keep up. I feel like qualifying is gonna be important tonight. You definitely don't want to be in the final 4 spots starting this race.
Yeah. Only
So,
1 lap
I'm basically
before
saying
qualify.
No laying back really.
All right.
5, a 4, a 3, a 2, a 1.
anyways, cars will pull back on track here. They go through 1 and 2, led by Johnson in the 88 car. 4 minutes left remaining in practice. Okay, we are having a coughing fit now.
Might want to get a drink, dog.
We got one.
It's gonna be a long night.
Yeah, I guess.
Oh, D. Filippi's trying to block like Logano.
Ooh, Diffie way up the racetrack, as you can see in front of Tomlin. Tomlin will go outside now with CJ Erdman. Heading on this back straightaway. Oh, and there they go.
Well, they're dead.
And, oh man, John Butler in the 09, my goodness. Okay. What's going on with Sean Rowe and Aiden Holes? They're not currently loading in. Aiden Holes, he doesn't need that. He cannot miss this race. He's in here, but he's just not loaded in yet. Sean Rowe is the same. That's why that's showing up on the ticker. Yeah, Aiden Holes only enters. What? Let's take another look, another peek at it real quick. At your chase standings, only enters +9 to the good, but Miller only +7. Remember, chase points or stage points. I'm sorry, on the line at the halfway break. So that's going to be important. Halfway break at the end of lap 40. Still need to have a pit stop in both stages. Let's say theoretically we only get one yellow of the race being the halfway break, which isn't exactly the most common thing here at Daytona. That would mean we have 2 green flag pit stops to make tonight. Oh. Final few seconds here from the Daytona International Speedway in this warm-up session.
Seems like Sean Rowe is finally joined. Not on track yet, but he's finally in the session.
Yep. Aiden Hole's not really sure what's going on with him, though. Oh. All right. Well, that will just about do it here in the warm-up session from the Daytona International Speedway. It is now time to qualify for the regular season finale. We are having a terrible... Oh, my God. All right. Well, here we go. Qualifying in Daytona. This is for the regular season finale. Here we go. From the World Center of Racing, 1 lap to go for pole in Daytona. Who's going to steal it? I would actually put CJ Erdman as maybe an underrated pole winner for tonight. Of course, your winner of the Grand National Series. He's very good at qualifying, especially at Talladega, but could be decent today at Daytona. We'll see. To sweep the week, which would just be something if he could do that. Here's the 5 of Herklots. 9, that's Bryce Benton. The 79, that is Ashton Miller. The 20 of Sean Rowe, no laps in practice, but it's Daytona, so, you know. Braden Hunsicker with a weird paint scheme today. Still isn't really working with his trading paints. There's the 1 of Zane Ramon, the 8 of Cameron Chandler. All right, so, of course, get that warm-up lap is going to be important. You're going to have to run the wall as high as you could possibly go to build up enough speed coming to the green. And here comes that 31 car of Max DeFilippi. The 71, of course, of Cole Clausen as well. The 94 of Urban will come to the line to start his lap. Herklots in the 5. There's the 9 of Benton. Ashton Miller's very important for him to qualify well. There's the 20 of Sean Rowe. The 1 there, Ramon. Hunsicker heading down the front straightaway, I believe. Excuse me. Yeah, Inholes still isn't technically here. White comes onto the track. There's McMillan. Here's the 71 of Cole Clausen. He's up the racetrack a little bit. Here comes Ashton Miller to the line on his lap in qualifying. Checkered flag in the air for this driver of the 79 for Showtime Motorsports. Miller, going to be, Rowe goes top of the board. Miller now goes, actually beats him. Benton is 3rd. Herklots is 5th. Erdman is P4. Those times separated by less than, top 4 separated by less, top 5, I'm sorry, separated by less than half a tenth. Thompson goes P5. Keegan Shelton goes 9th. But it's still Ashton Miller early in qualifying, top of the board. Here comes Connor Asbell in the 72 machine. The 7 of Matthew White heads down the back straightaway. Hunsicker goes 2nd now. Chandler is only 8th. Not the greatest lap for Cameron, as you can see. Miller put in a very, very solid lap. Here comes Matthew White. Used to be the king of winning pole positions in the Cup Series. Hasn't done it that often lately this season. White is going to only be 10th. Payson Lindsay goes 2nd. That's important for him as well. Look at your top 4, separated by less than a tenth of a second. That is wild. Top 10 separated by less than half a tenth. Unbelievable. Are we serious? Wow. Minute left to go to put down lap times. Here comes Landon Johnson. Johnson going to head down the front straightaway to the checkered flag in his lap. Across the line he goes. What is it going to be for Landon Johnson? 11th. 45 seconds left to go. Here comes Davian Tobin in the 65 on the track. No laps of practice either. Aiden Holes is still not in the session, by the way. That is interesting. I'm not sure what's going on there. Well, time is just about to run out. Miller still top of the board. I don't know if there's any more competitive cars on a competitive lap here in qualifying. Don't believe there is. Time is about to expire. And it looks like Cutline driver 10th currently in the chase. He is going to get a big boost from this. Ashton Miller on pole in Daytona. How about that? Definitely got to feel good for him as we welcome you live to the season number 5 Cup Series regular season finale. An Aiden Holes, if he doesn't join this race all of a sudden, he's here currently. I just don't know what he's doing, not actually joining this session. I don't know if he's having connection issues or what. Then he will not be in the chase most likely. He would have to have Axel Smith score not a lot of points tonight. Because looking at your chase cut line, he only enters +9 to the good, and Smith is currently 7 below the chase cut line, so he looks like, Axel looks like he could possibly be in a perfect situation now in Daytona. What's going to happen?
So if he joins the session, does he get points? Just because we only have 24 cars tonight.
Yeah, he does. But that's
Okay, so as long as he joins the session, he gets points, and that's Axel Smith needs to finish 17th or higher.
Let's go over your starting positions here. So on pole, of course, is Ashton Miller, cut line driver, very solid, very great pole for him. Outside of him will be Payson Lindsay, winner of this race back in season number 3. Braden Hunsaker, no wins this season somehow as your defending series champion, will start in 3rd. Sean Rowe will start in 4th. Bryce Benson is going to be running at your top 5. Urban, Thompson, Chandler, Herklotz, White, your top 10. The rest of the top 20, and then the rest of the field's on the left side of your screen. All right, I don't think he's in here yet.
Nope, and now we're about the pace car is about to take off. So if he does join us, let's start on pit road.
Yep. All right, well, cars now rolling off of the grid here in Daytona, led by Ashton Miller. I'm not, again, really sure what's happened to Braden Hunsaker's pace scheme, as you can see. His cars, you can actually get a good angle here. Cars now roll off the grid in the back. A couple of ETR cars, actually 3 of them. Sean Rowe, Davian Tobin, and Sean Hilk, got no laps in practice. Only ETR car that did get any laps in practice was Eli Franklin. Cars, though, make their way down the back straightaway. We'll come to check pit road speed this time by, but of course, Aiden Holes is still not here. We're going to keep on checking because this is very important for the chase. It's very interesting because it's not like he's not here. He's in the session, but he's just not actually technically connected on the racetrack. All right, so cars, of course, will come down to pit road this time by to check pit road speed and check their pit boxes as well for your regular season finale. So, I mean, I think Axel could literally start, if Aiden Holes never joins the race, I think he could theoretically finish last and still advance. Have enough. I think that's what would happen. Don't count on it. Not guaranteed, but pretty sure. So yeah, he would finish. Actually, no, I'm sorry, it's not guaranteed. He would have to finish, I think, at least 19th. If he would have to finish 19th or better, if Aiden Holes does not make the race tonight. If he finishes above 19th, then he is into the chase. Axel Smith. So that's your point situation for tonight. Here in the Cup Series regular season finale in Daytona. He's still not here, I'm assuming, guys.
No, I don't see him.
Well, that could be very big.
And really, if we do get a bit, I think if he ever gets up, joins, he is hoping for a wreck early on and send these guys back out so he can get points quickly if guys wreck out early on.
Yeah, if Axel Smith scores at least, what is it? So if he doesn't start the race, Aiden Holes, he's guaranteed 0. But he's got to score at least 10 points today because I think Aiden Holes has the tiebreaker. He's got to score at least 10. Talking about Axel Smith, of course, stage points on the line. Of course, that is actually an extra bonus point given to Ashton Miller, which could be very important if Holes still makes this race. Miller is now going to be +8 over the cut line before the race even begins. A lot of point situations going on for the chase. It's the regular season finale, and two drivers that are still technically not locked into the chase, Ashton Miller and Payson Lindsay, going to lead the field to the green.
All Payson really has to do is just hang on and finish, and I assume he'll be in. As long as he doesn't finish last, I think he'll be in. I think no matter what, he'll be in, but he doesn't want to risk it. I think he's going to just go ahead and go for it, and thinking that he's going to clinch himself already.
We'll see. It'll be under the lights from the World Center of Racing, the fifth and possibly, for now at least, final Cup Series Daytona regular season finale. Pace car is going to make that hard left turn down a pit road. One more race to decide the chase. It'll happen tonight in Daytona. Let's go! Payson Lindsay outside. That momentum carries on the first lap. He will clear for the race lead. Help from Sean Rowe behind him. Got him out front. In front of now Ashton Miller. He is clear both lanes. He's now
Yeah,
have to try to
packet loss.
have to block. Leading lap number one will be Payson Lindsay in the 99 car. Of course, winner of this race, like we mentioned earlier, back in season number 3. Miller slots into second. Landon. Eli slots into second. Or, I'm sorry, not Eli. You're messing me up. Thanks. Ashton slots into second. Now third, of course, Braden Hunsicker actually getting clear on the bottom is now the 9 of Bryce Benton outside, actually starting to not be formed up at the 20 of Sean Rowe. The 08 of Knox Thompson down to the bottom as well. Almost single file for the top about 8 or 9 cars here. Rowe and Matthew White on the outside trying to do something, but bottom lane is just kicking all of a sudden. Rowe's going to have to get in line right in front of Max DiFilippi. Nearly didn't work. He gets contact for the back of the 31 car, but now Matthew White stuck on the outside as well. Matthew's going to have to try to find a way in line quickly soon. And here we go outside for the race lead. Carrying momentum as Ashton Miller got a huge run down the back straightaway. He will clear Payson Lindsay. Behind him now Braden Hunsicker in the 77 car. Lindsay now going outside on that 77. Once again down the front straightaway, Miller will lead that lap. Your pole sitter. He's back out front. Lindsay going to stay tight on his bumper. He's going to go to the inside and look for the lead yet again. Here comes Payson Lindsay. Still 2 drivers technically not locked in the chase, being very aggressive early on. Payson now clear all the way around. Coming to lap 5, this time by from Daytona. Miller has got a run on the outside lane. Where's he going to carry? He's going to be side by side, trying to side draft Payson Lindsay. Got to be careful with these pushes early on in the race. Don't want to get somebody sideways. So Eli, if we were just going to check real quick, currently you're running in 22nd place, but what's our fuel window on lap 5?
Right now it says I have 21 laps of fuel, so I say 25 to 27. Some of these guys could maybe possibly stay closer to 30, but you still have to have a pit stop no matter what.
Side by side for the lead, even with each other. It's going to be your 2 drivers that have been on the front row all race long. Lindsay door to door with Ashton Miller. see Erdman on the outside lane, of course, went to victory lane last night in the Grand National Series, looking to repeat today. This first group has actually dropped this second group back here, about maybe 8 or 9 cars. It's Cole Clausen leading that, the first, what, about 17 cars in this main group. I mean, yeah, both of you guys are part of that group right there. What happened to lose momentum?
I
don't know.
had packet loss and got out of the pack.
I honestly think if you're in like
Oh!
the back, like,
Sorry, Huntsicker nearly wrecked. Go ahead.
yeah, but if you're in like the bottom 5 of that pack, if you lift just a little bit from somebody, it's a great opportunity to lose a draft. With this Gen 4 car, it's not like the next gen or like Grand Nationals where you can easily get up to someone that need help behind. And if people going full throttle and not lifting at all to save fuel at all, and if you lift, it's kind of game over.
Yeah, that's going to be really interesting because there are a good amount of cars in that second group here. Huntsicker will win to the inside now, blocking Lindsay. Currently now leading in Daytona. He'll go outside to block Cameron Chandler now. I'm sorry, that's Ashton Miller. Coming to lap 8.
Tobin's down pit road.
Something happened early to Davy and Tobin. Not really sure what that's all about. See Huntsicker on the
That helps
outside.
out Axel Smith.
Huh?
That helps out Axel Smith. He left, so that's one more spot for him.
Okay, that's an early exit for Davy and Tobin for whatever reason. Down to the inside goes that 94 of Erdman. Aiden Holes needs to get in here as soon as possible because Axel Smith currently runs in P15. That would be enough to advance.
And also really help him if we get a stage point or two. Just a couple will help him a lot, especially if he has problems later on if like a big wreck happens.
I mean, still it's Ashton Miller. That could also be knocked out. If technically Miller wrecks, I would say, next on the last lap, finishes outside the top 20 and Smith gets a top 10, he could, I guess, theoretically push out Miller. Or no, I think it's only Holes that can get knocked out at this point if he doesn't join. If Holes joins, then that flips to Ashton Miller and technically also Pace Lindsay can technically also get knocked out. But as it stands right now with Holes not on the racetrack, the race is between him and Axel Smith, and currently Smith winning that battle. Braden Huntsicker to the bottom of the racetrack would love to have a win. I don't know what happened to his pace scheme, though. Bryce Benton very loose on the outside lane. Help for Miller. But he's got momentum coming. Huntsicker's going to look to block the top. Miller's going to have to back out of the line. The 9 car will now push the 77, heading down the back straightaway. That second group just continuing to fall back on the leaders. Braden Huntsicker now getting pushed by that 9 of Bryce Benson. And now Benson goes to the inside on Huntsicker. Side by side for the race lead. It's getting racy up front here in Daytona in lap 11. So obviously,
at the same time we got a caution last night.
Yeah, so obviously a ways to go before the stage. But Benton all the way to the bottom of the racetrack now, side by side. But momentum comes back outside with a shove by Ashton Miller to the back bumper of Huntsicker. Cameron Chandler lined up third in line as well.
Gotta be careful with these pushes.
Yeah, Miller's gonna have to drop to the inside and looks for the lead yet again on Huntsicker. Pretty aggressive racing early on, so pretty good racing all the way around. They are getting pretty racy. Seen multiple lead changes. outside by Hunsicker. Oh, Miller loose at the bottom. He will save it. That was a bad push from Bryce Benton in the 9. Back in that inside lane. They're going to both fall back on the bottom lane, as you can see. Miller back to about 5th. Yeah, that definitely lost momentum at the bottom. The outside starting to carry. Here goes Matthew White, but now in front of Miller. Herklotz tries to get down as well, but he's not going to be able to do it. Matthew's got a huge run coming back to the bumper of his teammate Hunsicker. White's going to go outside on his teammate. Highline Motorsports now side by side for the race lead in Daytona. White, a former Daytona 500 winner back in season number 3, has never technically won the regular season finale, though. Highline Motorsports only 2 wins this year, both with Matthew White at Richmond and Phoenix. You'll see Ashton Miller now go to the outside with Cameron Chandler. Matthew White, though, still leads the top. That second group is still, I mean, they're not losing a ton of time, I'm assuming, guys.
Yeah, we're losing.
Losing a little bit, but not enough to where if we do go fully green and pit stops, we're not going to go a lap down. We're probably losing a tenth or two a lap, which is kind of surprising. They're double file, we're single file, we're still losing time with a decent amount of cars.
Yeah, but
Hey guys, in the second pack, do you want to split the stage in half?
But like we said, coming to lap 15 here in Daytona, like we said, there's still, of course, will be the halfway break caution guaranteed. So it should be okay for them to get back in the race eventually. White actually falling back on the outside. Hunsicker carries momentum. Top 3 clear with Knox Thompson as well in the OA. Of course, Daytona can present the opportunity for first-time winners. Bryce Benson, oh, in the wall is Ashton Miller. He's going to fall back now. Doesn't really lose the ground. Got to be careful.
One thing these guys really haven't practiced with is green flag pit stops because everybody was scooping around in practice. Not a lot of practicing pit stops.
That is one thing I always practice for super speedways.
Yeah, it definitely is important. Don't want to speed on pit
Daytona,
road.
the pit entry's way earlier. It's way early compared to most tracks. Usually it's maybe a little further into pit road, but I mean, even before pit road is when you have to get down 60 mile an hour. And that's the opportunity for these guys to get hot speed.
Yeah, their momentum checkups. Miller hit the wall. That kind of check up the entire outside lane again, and now they're single file for the entire field. Now actually Matthew White says not so fast on that. Going top with Cameron Chandler in the 8. Will anyone go up there with them? Yeah, nobody going maybe top just yet. And they're going to both find a place back in line. Look at the second group, led by Cole Clausen. You got Zaderman involved there as well, the 80 car, the 09 of John Butler, the 30 of Sean Hillquich, and some others. Outside momentum carrying with Herklotz. He's going top with Erdman. Both of them, they'll pull back in line.
Also, we see in real life on pit stops, people lose the draft because maybe overshooting the pit box, the long stop. So maybe we've seen in real life. I expect it here. Maybe a core or two in this pack could lose the draft because maybe a long pit stop, slow on pit road. Not maybe being too easy entry pit road.
Yeah, we all know how easy that is in this Gen 4 car, so should be interesting. Here we go outside again. Herklotz and Erdman trying to go top. You actually see Matthew White goes with them. So does Payson Lindsay in the 99. And Connor Asbell goes outside as well. They're going to come to Connor's back bumper. It's actually spin him 3 wide. There goes Herklotz to the outside, 3 wide. Down the back straightaway. Herklotz still there, door to door with Asbell. Maybe kind of a mistake, I would say. There's another 3-car pack that's almost losing the main draft up front. led by Max Stiffy. And Ashton Miller's involved in that as well. Axel Smith nearly inside of the top 10. He actually is in the top 10. He's currently running in 7th. That would be 4 stage points. That's extremely important. The best situation right now for Aiden Holes is Smith gets turned and wrecks out and finishes outside the top 20. That would make sure Aiden is safe.
And no stage points.
Yep, exactly. But he needs that right now for him to probably wreck out, or at least so he doesn't get stage points. Because if Smith, especially if he gets top 5 stage points or top 7 stage points like he would get right now, it would make it extremely hard for Holes to hold on to that spot. Axel wouldn't have to finish too well to advance.
I assume if Payson gets stage points here, he'd be clinched probably at the end of the stage.
Yeah, he's close to being clinched in anyways. Pit stops, though, would be coming up pretty soon on lap 20. All green so far in Daytona.
Yeah, about 7 laps of fuel left. We could see some guys maybe come in probably 2 or 3 laps.
Yeah, we heard split down the middle from Landon Johnson, maybe asking about a strategy there, so we'll see. This would be the time to split down the middle on lap 20. You see the second group back here, led by Max Stiffy, and then you got Tomlin involved there with Ashton Miller. This third group is probably going to start to catch them. As we look, Hunsicker still leads the race. Benton currently in second. The 08 of Knox Thompson runs in the top 3. Got a good run so far for Sean Rowe with 2 wins on the year. And then Ethan McMillan, how about him currently running in P5? And then Axel Smith runs currently 6th single file, but obviously a long ways to go before the stage is over. Single file for the first time, pretty much all race up front. So you want to see, I don't think anyone's going to come just yet. Cars, of course, will continue to stay out.
I don't care. I'm just following you on the back.
Hearing in a Landon Johnson strategy right there. He currently runs at P22.
You know what say this time? I didn't hear. Alright, it looks like the third group's fin this time.
Alright, so third group led by Cole Clausen. At least some of them will be coming down the road, I would hope.
Let's go one more lap. Let's go to the end of 23.
I would hope they would, all pit at the same time. They need all that momentum. So Herklotz, actually, Hilkwich is coming. Oh, we got nearly a wreck. Somehow they save it. John Butler got contact with, I think, the Keegan Shelton machine. 3 cars are pitting. Shelton, the first one pit road. Landon Johnson comes as well. And that 30 of Sean Hilkwich. Here comes some of your first cars down to pit road. And that's going to hurt the second group a whole lot. Or the third group at that point. They now only have 4 cars up here. I don't know why they all didn't pit at the same time in contact. Coming on pit road there between Shelton and Butler. Don't think either car got too much damage, though, from the looks of it. Leaders, though, continue to stay out. They're going to be getting pretty close there on their number. Of course, if you pit here, you go to the end of the stage. Here comes the 30 of Hilkwich, and here comes the third group. The rest of their cars coming back down pit road. Slow stop for Landon Johnson and the 80 of Keegan Shelton.
Got a penalty.
Ooh, Shelton, I'm not really sure what he's doing. All right. What penalty
Lovely.
for what?
Coming down pits.
Yeah, what about it?
Yeah, everybody faked out going to pits, so I was speeding.
Here comes your leader, Braden Hunsicker, pits with Cameron Chandler and the 7 of Matthew White. Only 3 cars coming, including, of course, your leader. 2 from Highline Motorsports, 1 from Team Chevy Motor Club. That'll give the lead to Bryce Benson, but here comes your leaders, at least 3 of them. This is not the greatest strategy call from them to only pit with 3 cars.
Is anybody else going to come this time? It seems like that first group's coming this time, I assume.
Yeah, I would not be the most surprised if they did.
Yeah, watch your speed in here, especially a lot of cars coming down pit road, different braking points, so someone can run over each other.
I would assume fuel only if you're not going to lock up tires. Here they come. Everybody else is going to come down pit road Sean Rowe. They're actually backside of the line. You don't want to speed, don't want to lock up your tires. Careful not to make contact. Pretty good job by all these drivers coming down pit road. Here come the rest of your leaders. Some cars do, I think, stay out, though. Oh, we got contact on pit road. It was McMillan and Lindsay nearly turned each other. Luckily, everyone keeps it going. 1 car's to back it up. 2 cars have to back it up, actually.
What happened to Hunsinger and White? They're still on pit road,
yeah,
so
I know.
they must have caught speed.
Wow, that's unfortunate for those 2. Unbelievable. Speeding on pit road, it looks like, and here comes Sean Rowe off the pits. I don't know what's... That might trap them a lap down. I'm not really sure. A couple of penalties here in the pits. I think Shelton also got one from contact. Here they come off of pit road. I think everyone actually pitted behind them. Same thing with Max Diffie, the 79. Here comes some momentum with Zane Rahman. But technically your leader right now is being scored, Sean Rowe. This group is so broken up. Rowe's got nobody behind him, neither with Eli Tomlin. Here comes more cars merging back on track. Here comes the 80 of Giesbrecht. I'm sorry, not Giesbrecht. The 80 of Knox Thompson. I'm sorry, that's actually Keegan Shelton, I believe. And the 1 is Zane Rahman. That's that second group back there. Now looking here. Oh, we got a car pitting. That's a penalty, it looks like, from the 90 of Eli Tomlin. Rolling slowly down to pit road.
Usually those penalties are probably for like unsafe pit exit.
That's what that probably is. Another penalty, another pit road penalty here in Daytona. Wow. So Rowe is being scored your leader currently. There is Hunsicker and White in that 2-car group. Sean Rowe is all by himself, by the way, leading the race by 3.4 seconds. But there's a 4-car pack behind him, another 4-car pack behind them. Really weird pit stops under green. There's Chandler all by himself as well. I mean, Sean's almost going to try to slow up here so he can let the draft catch back up. That's exactly what he's doing. He doesn't want to be
Yeah,
by
I think the
himself
pack
like
really
that.
got broke up because nobody really confirmed what lap everybody's spitting on.
Here comes Benton, a huge run on your leader, Sean Rowe. He's going to probably go outside. He will do that, of course, with CJ Erdman. Of course, everyone go to the end on the stage on fuel. They catch Eli Tomlin, of course, had that penalty that looked to put him a lap down.
How close is Matthew White and Hunsinger? It's still showing on the lead lap, but it looks like it's closer than going a lap down.
They might get lapped before the end of the stage. Not really sure. There goes Tomlin a lap down.
And Damon Amon got sent to the pits due to the internet.
Oh. So much trouble from this green flag pit cycle in Daytona. Wow. See now Sean Rowe goes to the outside. He's going with Payson Lindsay. You see Axel Smith currently running in P6. That is huge. That's massive if you think about it. That P6 gives you 5 stage points. So if this thing would actually show me, I would check to see what that would mean. So he needs 9. He would have to finish at least 17th or better tonight, of course, without any stage points. And at this point, I think if he gets right now 5 stage points for finishing 6th in the stage, he all but locks himself in. Would probably lock himself, would need like 1 more point to lock himself in at that point. So that is big for the Axel Smith machine. And there goes the 20 of Sean Rowe to the inside of Bryce Benton. It's starting to get actually racy up front, even though this got the smaller group. Rowe to the bottom, help from C.J. Erdman behind him. Coming to 10 to go in the stage this time by. Benton going to clear on the bottom. Now blocks outside with Pace and Lindsay. Looking here at Matthew White and Braden Hunsicker. They are still, after that speeding penalty, by themselves. They are going to be caught. They're praying for a yellow at this point. Haven't had one all day so far. Starting to get aggressive up front, though, with Lindsay pushing his teammate Benton down the back straightaway up front.
You also got to think for White and Hunsicker, if they do go lap down, how much will they race the leaders to maybe try to slow their momentum down? And if they do get past, they let them by. How racy are them two going to get for the free pass?
I mean, they definitely are very fast cars. Braden, by the way, before the cycle was leading the race, so he does not have a slow car, that's for sure. Benton, though, leads the race currently. They're not gaining a ton. I mean, they don't have the most amount of cars. Here's another group back here, led by Cameron Chandler. I got Ashton Miller, Max Diffie, and then you got another three-car pack pack over here. It's a little bit broken up. We got those two, and then the leaders down the back straightaway. Contact almost between McMillan and the 94 there of Erdman. And here we go for the lead outside, Connor Asbell. Nobody goes with him. Here comes Lindsay now back to second. Lindsay just shoving his teammate. They are, though, catching White and Hunsicker. 8 to go in the stage. There goes the 72 of Connor Asbell outside with the 94 of C.J. Erdman. That's actually on Axel Smith, who's still, if he finished 5th in the stage, he is going to have enough to, I think, beat Aiden Holes if Aiden doesn't never joins the race. And he's getting passed here by both Asbell and Erdman. And here we go, that's actually them catching Matthew White and Braden Hunsicker. Hunsicker stays in front. Here goes Sean Rowe outside. White's in the middle. Rowe to the top. White's trying to block the side draft. Hunsicker did the best. Contact between White and Lindsay there as they go a lap down. At least White does. Hunsicker's still technically on the lead lap. White would get the free pass if the yellow came out right now. Side by side, though, for the lead between Sean Rowe and the 9 of Benton. Rowe outside here on Hunsicker to try to put him a lap down. He's take the lead. That's actually Knox Thompson giving him the shove down the back straightaway. Rowe's going to clear in front of Hunsicker. Rowe now, of course, drops outside. Hunsicker trying to go back to the bottom. He got there. Definitely, I think for Highline Motorsports, the best situation right now is I think they keep Braden on the lead lap, and then maybe Matthew White gets the free pass. Hunsicker is definitely a racy car up front, was leading laps earlier. So he could definitely do that. 6 laps remaining here in the stage. Sean Rowe outside trying to put Hunsicker a lap down, but Bryce Benton giving Hunsicker a nice shove on the bottom. Sean, the momentum coming back outside yet again. Kind of an odd first half, no yellows so far. And there's Rogue. He's going to get clear with Knox Thompson in second place, and of course, multiple pit road speeding penalties that now are trapping people a lap down. So now Hunsicker would get the free pass currently, but White would be trapped a lap down. Unless he would take the wave around, which wouldn't really be the most realistic option. Benton in front of his teammate Payson Lindsay. Hunsicker's going to go with them to try to put himself back on the lead lap. He gets sideways. Oh, he's nearly getting turns. Contact with Asbel. The 72 backs out of it. Thank goodness. And they all keep it straight. Now, that's going to kind of jumble up the pack. They're still 3 wide, but further back. Here comes Bryce Benton to the... Oh, we had a spinner! Ethan McMillan goes around. Oh, he's going to come back and top in front of the racetrack. Is the yellow out? I don't think so. No, we're still green.
Nope.
We stay green. That gives this lead to Sean Rowe. Now second is that's 9 of Bryce Benton. Third, currently Payson Lindsay. And Hunsicker all the way back behind the 08. Coming to 3 to go in the stage. So now Rowe leads it, but he's got 2 teammates behind him. What are they going to do for Team Chevy Motor Club? Sean Rowe, of course, for Ethan Trendler Racing. Right now, Axel Smith would finish 6th in the stage, and that, of course, give him 5 stage points, which basically, if Poles didn't race, Poles doesn't make the race here, doesn't somehow join, that would put Axel Smith into the chase. Which is something
It seems like right now Matthew Weiss can be the free pass.
He's currently beating Hunsicker. 2 to go in the stage, still a lot to left to happen here. Can Benton pass that 20 of Rowe for the stage win? Remember, he's got teamwork behind him. Now Rowe goes outside the block. Here comes Benton in the 9, and he's going to try to look inside. He's maybe going to have to wait for the help with Payson Lindsay. Here goes Benton to the inside lane. Nope. He's kind of snake, swerving their way down the back stretch. And there he goes. He goes to the bottom with Payson Lindsay. That's going to leave Sean Rowe way out to dry. Nobody goes with the 20 car. Coming to 1 to go in the stage this time by. Final lap in this stage in Daytona. Been all green so far. Entire first half. Not a single caution flag. Sean Rowe now stuck in the outside lane. Matthew White is going to try to push him. This is, by the way, the battle for the free pass. White and Hunsicker right now that are, of course, teammates at Highline Motorsports. Here goes Lindsay outside now in Benton. Nobody goes with the 9. Axel Smith as well in the bottom. There goes Payson down the back straightaway. Sean Rowe up to the outside as well. Door to door now with the 94 of Erdman. Well, Rowe's going to have a run. They're almost wrecking. They're 3 wide behind him. Here they come to the green and white checkered flag this time by Sean Rowe. Looks to the bottom, looks to the outside. Oh, there's contact! Lindsay in the wall! He's sideways. Here comes Rowe. 2 at the bottom, coming to the green white checkered flag. It'll be Sean Rowe. Sean Rowe winning this stage. My goodness, what a finish. Sean Rowe gets the stage win. Axel Smith will come home in 7th. So it technically isn't the same amount of points he wanted. It still is 4, though. It's Sean Rowe winning the stage. Lindsay comes home P2. Erdman 3rd. Thompson, Benson, Herklas, Smith, Asbel, Miller, Cameron Chandler all getting stage points here. Man, that was a wild stage finish. Somehow Sean Rowe got back up front and takes the win of the stage. And Matthew White beats his teammate Braden Hunsicker for the free pass. As we welcome you to the halfway break in Daytona. Axel Smith, that is exactly what Aiden Holes did not want to see, him getting 4 stage points. That is going to make it extremely hard for Aiden Holes to be in, unless he joins the race somehow late in the going here.
As right now, he can probably only gain 2 spots from Zane Rahman and Davian Tobin.
If he joined right now.
Yeah.
And that would mean even less if he joined later.
Yeah, if he joins even later, then when these guys wreck, it won't be enough time for him to pass these guys.
Yeah, well, if they wreck. Not a single caution there in the first half. Nearly had a wreck there coming to the green-white checkered. My goodness. So, That will, of course, bring the field all the way back together.
And that will probably lock Pace and Lindsay into the playoffs with those stage points. Axel Smith's close. Ashton Miller, it definitely helped him out there.
Yeah, I mean, Lindsay is pretty much locked in at this point. Finished second in the stage, getting 9 stage points. He's just about locked in at this point. He can basically go for the win. Nothing really to worry about now for Payson. So 4 cars currently a lap down. Landon Johnson is 2 laps down. So I don't know. I don't think you can take the free pass here.
Yeah, most guys probably can't take the wave around. I'm at 8 laps of field, and I pitted with that first group. So
No, I meant the
probably
wave
the
run, yeah.
most people have, yeah, probably about 10 laps of field. So unless you're Landon, maybe 2 laps down. There's a lot of 1 lap down cars might take the wave around just to hope for early yellow.
Yeah, they're going to definitely hope for cautions here. If they don't get any cautions here in the second half, which would be very surprising at Daytona, that would be something. And that would be very unfortunate for them, as here all the leaders come down to pit road. Halfway break pit stops underway in Daytona. Sean Rowe went into stage. Gets a chase point that'll be valuable next week in Iowa once the chase begins. So I don't know if we're going to see cars take tires. I'd assume so. Yeah, cars definitely probably going to take 4 fresh Goodyears to have enough grip to the end of the race. That's good angle iRacing, really nice. Here we go. Off pit road first is going to be Payson Lindsay. I think it only took 2, actually. Second will be Erdman. Third is going to be Eli Franklin. Fourth, Harklotz. Fifth, Sean Rowe. So definitely some changes up front. Now your new leader is Payson Lindsay. We'll be right back from the regular season finale in Daytona.
Hear that, Landon? P3.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah, it took 2 tires on that first pit stop and 2 tires under yellow here. Well, for the other 2 tires.
Get her done.
And Sean Rowe got caught speed.
At least it's under caution, though.
Yeah, that's a big thing. I don't know if Ethan, did you hear that? It's probably against the water.
Bathroom break.
Yeah, that's it.
All right, so welcome you back live to the Daytona International Speedway for this season's regular season finale. Payson Lindsay now leads. Free pass goes to Matthew White. I don't know if
There's a couple cars staying out, it looks like.
Yeah, they're going to take the wave.
And also, when you're gone, Sean Rowe got caught speed on pit road.
Oh. So, of course, he had a okay pit stop. He took 4 tires, but it's going to have to restart at the tail end of the longest line here. Your stage winner. He's nothing to worry about in points. Of course, he was already locked in. It's definitely good to get an extra bonus chase points. We're going to come to the choose this time by. First caution of the day is the halfway break. What will we see in the second half? I would assume more chaos than this. Here we go, coming to the shoes. Outside will be Lindsay, and Erdman goes with him. That'll go the front row to Eli. Outside of Harklotz goes with his teammate. Second row there, the 9 of Bryce Benson. And the shoes behind them as well. Huntsicker, and both him and Landon Johnson will take the free pass. Braden will be back in the lead lap. Huntsicker, Landon will be back now 1 lap down.
And they're banking on a caution. They don't. That can put even more laps down compared to what they are now.
All right, Payson Lindsay here currently having a blinking vest.
We seen that happen last night with Hunsinger, and we had a big wreck on the restart.
Is Sean Hillquist coming back down pit road here for some reason? Or at least
Probably
a
just to
reason,
top off.
I guess. All right, so we're going to restart on lap 45.
If you're near the back, let's go ahead and top off, make this last pit stop just slightly shorter.
So we should. So realistically, they would have about 25 or so left on fuel. But what kind of action are we going to see here in the second half? Will we see any wrecks? That's the big question. Some guys hoping for wrecks like Tomlin, Landon Johnson, and Keegan Shelton. They want to get back on the lead lap. All All right. Over halfway in Daytona. Restart on lap 45. No cautions. We did have a crash. Well, that wasn't really a crash. It was a spin by Ethan McMillan that did not bring out the yellow there in the first half. Pace car is back down pit road. And Pace and Lindsay will lead the field back to the green. Here we go. Back underway. 36 still remaining in Daytona. Nice jump by the outside lane, and Pace and Lindsay. Eli, of course, has not really a ton of experience leading the groups on the bottom. He's going to actually get cleared there by Lindsay. Franklin to second. Eli, I'm assuming you took like 2 tires, or maybe even none?
I took 2. I took right side under the green flag pit stop and left, and then the other 2 under the caution.
All right, that's interesting. As the field heads down the back straightaway. Led by Lindsay in the 99 car. Outside, here comes C.J. Urban looking to sweep the week. What a feat that would be. Oh, here comes Franklin on the bumper, gets Lindsay sideways, and he's going to look to the inside for the race lead. Here comes Eli Franklin. One of the biggest underdogs in the field. I know he's here for an in-race reporter, but man, he is technically running for ETR, but would be a very cool story if he could go to victory lane today. There goes Lindsay outside, blocking Erdman. Also coming up there, that's 94 of C.J. Urban. He's going to have a run. Herklotz behind him, and Max Diffie on the outside in the 31 car. Ashton Miller falls back as well. Your pole sitter. Here goes Franklin outside now again, and Lindsay. Lindsay looks to block, but Franklin has just about gotten himself there. Bryce Benson going to push to the bottom of the racetrack with Payson. Big shove to the outside, though, with the 94 and the 66 cars. Side by side, multiple lanes deep for the lead. One car getting out of line, that's Cameron Chandler. Oh, Payson Lindsay! He almost wrecked, he somehow saves it! My goodness, what a save! Cameron Chandler might have been happy he dropped out of line because, man, that could have been big. Payson Lindsay now going to fall back to outside the top 10, 13th. But he makes a huge save there. Keeps it going in the right direction. Herklotz giving Erdman a huge shove to the race lead. Max DiFilippi coming to the outside with Eli Tomlin as well. A lot of underdogs out here up front. Only winner currently in the top 5 in the Cup Series is Connor Asbell. He won Fontana last season.
It looks like a top lane's starting to fade out.
Yeah, I know. By the way, on Connor Asbell, he actually nearly won this race. This exact race back in Season 2, the Daytona regular season finale, until Gio Turpin decided he's going to turn him, coming to the checkered flag, and he ultimately ended up with a wrecked race car. Top 2, getting a good gap here. Eli Franklin now kind of in the middle. You're going to have a run coming with Bryce Benson and Max Diffie to the outside as well. There goes the 66 car, Franklin. He's going to have help from Bryce Benson. Benson, of course, won the Daytona 500. Incredible season so far, second in points, 7 wins, by far the most of anyone. Even though he really doesn't have the fastest car at every race, but has definitely had some good luck and some good execution. Erdman, though, still leads this race, coming to lap 50 this time by in Daytona. Momentum going to be coming outside again. Eli Franklin, he's having such a great run inside of the top 5, battling for the race lead. Erdman, though, is still all the way clear of the bottom. Herklotz behind him. the aggression start to pick up. Still got a pit stop to come. Will we see a caution before then? That's the big question. Braden Hunsaker, by the way, I don't know what happened to him. I think trying to catch up in front of the field. Here's Johnson off pit road. He's kind of lost the draft when he was trying to take the wave arounds. So he might be put a lap down again. Not been a good race for Braden. Even with this 17th, 18th place running right now, he's got Matthew White still in 16th. So right now he would still hold on to third in the points, which would, of course, give him 5 chase points heading into next week's Iowa race. The chase opener. There's Max Iffy. Man, getting pretty tight there with Tomlin and the 66 of Franklin. Mason Lindsay as well to the outside. Sean on the 20, of course, speeding on pit road. Wants to try to get himself inside of the top 10. He's just about to do that. And they are catching. I think that's Landon Johnson. Then Braden Hunsaker is not far behind. Johnson going to have to naturally yield to get out of the way. And leaders will go for the lap 10. Leaders mostly single files. They make their way back into 3 and 4. What was that?
Choo-choo? That's what they're doing.
Yeah, your mic cut off. You made a horrible sound.
Oh, shoot.
Finally, I need some help getting back up here.
Yeah, I need about 3 Gregs.
Single file currently from the world center of racing. They were having a bit of race before, now they're deciding to go, of course, a bit of choo-choo racing.
Wow. Really went for that.
There is Hunsaker. He is not far in front of your leaders now. Outside, here goes Connor Asbell with John Butler. I'm sorry, that's the 08 of Knox Thompson. Asbell goes to the inside, tries to get there and almost contact. He's going to go way outside. They are getting really aggressive up front all of a sudden. Axel Smith pushes the 08 of Thompson to the top. Run coming with Knox. Connor Asbell to the race lead. How about that? Thompson to second, Axel Smith to third. Smith, if he finished right here in P3, he would advance the chase. Just at this point, doesn't need to be put laps down. He will advance. Beating Aiden Holes. Of course, coming to this race, Holes, of course, joined the session. Not really sure what happened to him. Just never officially connected to the race. Top. Most 9 cars, single file. Let's see Max Sippy to the outside again. Kind of side draft some people. He'll have to try to find a place in line. There goes Urban coming outside again with that 5 car of Christian Herklotz. I mean, Daytona, Talladega, they all allow for underdog drivers to race up front. Seeing that right now, Connor Asbell, Knox Thompson, Axel Smith in your top 3 currently. There's Hunsaker. About to be put a lap down. He's going to have to just, I guess, get out of the way. No, the leader's going to go to the outside of him. To put Hunsaker now a lap down, hoping for a yellow very soon. The leaders all have to try to work their way around that 77 car. Ooh, it's starting to get tight, 3 wide outside. There goes Sean Hilquich in line. First time we've seen him inside of the top 10. Momentum is just continuing to pick up here in Daytona on lap 56. See outside once again, C.J. Ehrman and Christian Herklotz. Contact between their back and front bumpers. Man. There goes Hilquich to the outside now. Falls back in line behind Sean Rowe in the 20. I mean, what a story it could be if a guy like Knox Thompson, first ever start for the K10 Motorsports team, they went to victory lane. That would be huge. Now, Urban has been really trying to go outside. He's had Herklots to help him, but not many other people have done that lately. They all know that 94 car is pretty quick. Tomlin goes inside as well. The leader still stays single file back on the front stretch. Clicking off time, clicking off laps. Eli, what's the fuel update looking looking like right now?
I got 12 laps of fuel.
Oh!
I think these guys. Oh,
Asbel nearly got turned to the lead. That was crazy. By the way, go ahead.
yeah, 12 laps of fuel. Especially if all those guys up front, I could see possibly 2 separate groups pitting. I know it's 14 cars in that group. I could see a split pitting, but we also seen people maybe not communicate and not respecting the pit road.
Yeah, should be interesting to watch as this run continues. Will we get a caution here in the second half? No yellows in the first half. A caution-free Daytona race besides the stage would be certainly something. We were over the Grand National race distance for last night, by the way, and that had quite a few wrecks.
Yeah, last night was a lot more fun.
I mean, last night was a little bit more wrecky as well.
I just ordered food on DoorDash on my phone. That's how boring this is.
Well, I mean, you're running by yourself, so I mean... There you are. John Butler, by the way, he has lost the draft. Not really sure what happened with him in the 09.
I also got stuck on the high line. Everybody just went single file and blew by me, and I could not get enough from Matthew White to stay in there.
Yeah, I mean, it's so easy to lose. We got a car pitting. That's Braden Hunsinger. Oh, yeah, he has to pit. He, of course, took the waiver, and complete failure here. No caution comes out, and he gets lapped anyways again, so that is unfortunate.
Hey guys, I'm running by myself. 2 laps down by myself. I'm gonna order some food. You guys want anything?
Wow.
Yeah, where from?
Well, I think this is a good time as we're single file coming to 20 laps to go this time by, with 4 pit stops to go to crank it up in Daytona. And listen to these engines scream on these Gen 4 cars around the super speedway.
Yeah, I got you guys.
Coming to 17 laps to go in Daytona, and they're going to put John Butler a lap down. And Brandon Huntsiker very slow down the front straightaway, going now 2 laps down. It's just been an abysmal race so far for Huntsiker after that pit road speeding penalty. Has not recovered whatsoever, and they're getting dicey back here, trying to go 3 wide around some lap cars. There's Huntsiker in the 77. They got M&F Racing teammates, Clausen and McMillan, currently running in 6th and 7th.
That was so funny.
I mean, they are. So I don't know what else you want me to say.
I just completed my order on DoorDash.
Pretty unbelievable.
To Ethan Trindler credit card.
Yeah, a nice try. You're not using the ETR credit card anymore after crashing my private jet again.
Eli, do you want anything?
No, but I just want to know if they be in victory lane.
All right, here goes Cameron Chandler at the bottom with the 5 there of Christian Herklotz. When are your leaders going to pit? Can we have another fuel update, Eli?
Well, I'm running by myself, and I have 5 laps of fuel left. They said 9 to go, but I think that was a joke because there's kind of no way these guys can make it that far, especially all of them. I think 11 to go possibly. 11 or 10.
We'll see. Should be very interesting. Right now in the chase, the drivers that weren't locked in that would advance would be Ashton Miller, Payson Lindsay, and then, of course, most importantly, that big change between Aiden Holes. He's getting knocked out now, and Axel Smith would advance. Oh, but there's a checkup on the inside. Axel Smith nearly gets run into. He nearly gets turned by Bryce Benson. Another checkup, Sean Rowe. Oh, it's getting dicey. Then sideways, Tomlin down the front straightaway. What has happened? I think the 08 is out of fuel or something. Thompson is slow. Somehow they'll keep going in the right direction. And here goes Lindsay to the outside lane with Tomlin. Big checkup again on the inside with Bryce Benson. More contact with Asbell. It is getting dicey at the front of the field. Knocks Thompson out of fuel. That's early to run out. That's pretty weird. Now, Payson Lindsay, your leader. I don't know. He's still running.
He could have blown a motor.
I am not really sure. He's definitely down on power, for sure.
Connor, I got your Wendy's.
Okay, that's enough, Landon. Nice try. They head down the front straightaway. 14 laps to go in Daytona. When will your leader spin? Landon Johnson going to stay on the bottom, looks like. No, he's going to go to the outside. Doesn't want to lament in the field here.
Okay. This is a serious broadcast.
I mean, it happened on a serious broadcast. In the Cup Series.
That was also a little bit.
All right, looks like Payson at least coming this time.
All right, so Tomlin behind him. When so also gets Erdman. So these are 3. 2 of them are teammates, but Payson is pretty good friends with Tomlin and Erdman. Eli's in the way here. I'm assuming these 3 will all come. Yes, here they come. A lot of leaders coming out pit road. Mostly all of them. Actually, Sean Rowe stays out. Oh, crash! Lindsay gets turned! Around goes the 99. In the pits, in the grass he goes. Gets it back going in the right direction. There was contact between Tomlin. I think the 97 of Smith also got sideways. Wreck on pit road. We stay green. Lindsay gets it back rolling again. Here they come. Going to be a splash and go. Oh, Lindsay spins again in the pits.
And those guys that spun will get black flags.
Yeah, wow. That's going to be probably race over for the win for Payson Lindsay. Here they go. Got to get organized coming off pit road. First off pit road.
Pit with you.
First off pit road was Bryce Benson. Sean Rowe stays out. That's the shocking decision. Can actually get to a good angle. Here comes the 20. Here they go, rolling on to the racetrack now. Benson, your current leader. Erdman second, but they got this whole group of cars led by the 90 of Tomlin. We're going to have huge momentum. Matthew White goes to the outside there. Sean Hillquist to the 30 as well. They're going to actually drop out that 90 of Tomlin. Well, this is it now. Payson Lindsay down a lap. Axel Smith, of course, had a bad pit stop because he got turns, and he got the 31. Coming up again, that's the 31 of Max Diffie. So another pit stop full of issues. And here comes Sean Rowe, your current leader still. Lindsay a lap down. Where is Rowe going to blend? That should be interesting. Here comes the huge momentum. Not actually that big because they're not in that main group behind them with Bryce Benton. They're going to catch that 20. Where is Sean going to block? Here comes Matthew White to the outside. Benton goes way high, almost to the wall. He does get in the fence. Oh, there's contact. Matthew White spins. He goes in front of the field, collects Erdman. They both save it. No, Erdman spins, but the caution is out. With 12 laps to go, CJ Erdman goes around. There was contact with Benton hitting the wall, checked up Matthew White. White got sideways. Somehow he saves it, but that ultimately spins Erdman. And the yellow is out for the first time naturally tonight with 11 laps to go. It took a long time, but first caution of the day for a cause. Let's take a look. Minor crash, but Erdman does have damage. Your winner of the Grand National race last night. So I don't know what Bryce Benton really was doing because he just... By the way, Aiden Holes is now connected to the race. Okay. So that
might be a little too late. He might just get one spot in Tobin, but that's still...
Well, here goes. He just ran to the wall and then came back down on Matthew White, and then Erdman hooked the 7. Oh, Cole Clausen. Oh, that is close with the 71 car. Around goes the 94 Erdman. I do want to ride along with CJ through this wreck. So here he is. Oh, it's kind of just a pancake there. Got split in the middle. And then contact with White, he saves it, but Erdman spins. Let's ride along with Cole Clausen. He barely got through this one without any damage. I think he got no damage. We'll have to see. Man! Can't get much closer than that. Good lord. Well, that's the yellow out. 11 laps to go in Daytona. We have cars coming down pit road. That's Matthew White. And some others. Tomlin pits. I think some cars here to repair some damage. As we'll be right back from the World Center of Racing. Stay tuned. 10 laps to go.
So Aiden Holes now coming on track, which very interesting with 11 to go. Axel Smith is on the lead lap. He got stage points, and we had a couple of disconnect that Aiden Holes would not be able to pass. Tobin would be the only one. Knox Thompson and the 16 have disconnected. So the worst Axel Smith to probably finish, honestly, is 19th, and Aiden Holes can get to 23rd. So I mean, it's still a chance with Holes, but Axel Smith will have to wreck out.
Well, all right. 10 laps to go in Daytona. So, who got the free pass? I think it was Payson. Payson Lindsay.
It was Payson.
Come to the shoes. We're going to restart with 8 to go. Benson goes outside. So does Sean Rowe. And Sean Hilquich goes to the bottom with Connor Asbell. Excuse me, my good lord. Okay. Slow car. There's Aiden Holes. He's back on the track. On the track for the first time tonight. I don't know what was going on down in the garage for an hour and a half, but okay. So Axel currently now is in the top 10. I mean, no matter what, I think if Axel finishes top 10 tonight already with those 4 stage points, he's good. He's going to beat Holes. We'll just have to wait and see. All right, well, Bryce Benson is going to restart on the outside of Sean Hillquist. It's going to be 8 laps to go in Daytona. And we go back green. Will this be the final restart? I have some suspicion telling me that it's not. It's been a very clean race so far. Only 1 caution for cause. And, of course, there's this 2-car wreck between Matthew White and C.J. Erdman. Minor damage on both those cars. They keep going on the lead lap as well. But will that change? Who knows? The Cup Series has been very clean lately. Let's not curse it, though. Only 1 overtime finish since Phoenix. I was at Darlington. All right. Well, here we go. 8 laps remaining in the regular season. 8 to go. To decide the chase. Will there be changes? The final spot up for grabs between Smith and Holes. Back to green in Daytona. 8 laps to go. I mean, technically, Ashton Miller could also still technically be knocked out, but he's currently running at P7. So, we'll have to wait and see. Benson got a good jump. He's going to be clear in front of Sean Hillquist in the 30. That's Sean Rowe in the outside lane. Now help from the 71 of Cole Clausen behind him. Cameron Chandler, he's been quiet all night long. Currently now inside of the top 5. Aggression is now going to start to pick up again. Can't wait around anymore. Got to go for the win. Car's actually dropping to the inside, though. Outside falls way back. Cole Clausen, no help. He's going to try to get in front of his teammate. But here comes that 72 of Asbell, blocking the Benson. Asbell goes way outside yet again. Cameron Chandler behind him, so is Sean Rowe. And now there goes Asbell to the bottom. Chandler goes with him. They're going to leave that 9-car at the dry. Connor Asbell back to the lead, 7 laps to go. Bryce Benson now falls on back. Oh, outside Erdman. My goodness, Benson now contact with Cole Clausen. 3 wide further back. More contact, Matthew White, and that's Axel Smith. Smith does not want to get caught up in a wreck. That would be very scary for his points. It is 3 wide racing. They don't want to lose this pack. Here goes Sean Hillquist to the outside. Benson goes with him. Now Benson actually no help. He's going to have to try to side grab. Now I don't think there's a lot of people willing to help Bryce Benson after what he's done sometimes this season. Axel Smith, though, he's going to go outside. He's still going to be aggressive for the win, I would say. Bryce drops back in line P9. Here goes Hillquist outside now with that's 5-car of Herklots. Number 5 to go this time by. Now Herklots no help. Hillquist gets in line. In front of Ashton Miller. How will this race finish out? Okay, they're still side by side. It's going to get dicey back here. There goes Smith splitting the 5-car 3 wide. Still 3 wide. There goes the 60-60 Eli Franklin to the top. Oh, the 31 of Max to the inside there on Erdman. It's getting dicey. Here goes Cameron Chandler. Big shove to the outside with Hillquist. Gets in front of that 30 car, and he goes to the lead. Cameron Chandler up front, under 5 laps to go. Oh, nearly a crash. Lindsay side-by-side contact with Axel Smith. Excuse me. My goodness. Still, though, 3 wide down the front straightaway. 4 to go in Daytona. So Erdman trying to get back in line. There's contact. There's a crash. Hard of the wall goes that 90-car Tomlin. In the wall goes Franklin. Back in front of the field goes that 77 Hunsicker. Collects Save Rahman. And the caution is out with 4 to go. And Rahman is the unlucky one getting spun around. But there was more damage throughout the pack. I think Hunsicker, as he's involved, of course, with damage. Now you see who's pacing Eli Tomlin. He's got pretty big damage on his car. Yellow is back out. 4 laps remaining here in Daytona. Well, that will, good lord. That I think will be counting as a green-white checkered attempt, actually. Let's see, they're 3 wide. Very tight racing. So Franklin outside. And they all kind of just get together being 3 wide like that. Everyone actually saved it until Zane Herman got cleaned out by Braden Hunsicker. Let's ride along with the 77.
Pass, please. I have damage. Go ahead and pass by.
With Hunsicker.
I get a black clear.
Of course, it was contact with Urban, and then, yeah, okay. That's what happens.
Zane, you can pass.
Oh, he hooks Rahman, and around he goes. All right. Well, this will be a green-white checkered finish then. Cameron Chandler now leads. There are, though, a lot of wins inside of the top 10 right now. Drivers that have won: Cameron Chandler, Ashton Miller, in the Cup Series history, I mean. Chandler, Miller, Asbel, Clausen, Lindsey, Rowe, and Benson. So that's over half of the top 10. Only 4 have never won. Those being Hilquich, McMillan, DeFilippi, and I feel like I'm missing someone. No, wait. No, I think 7 drivers have won. So Hilquich, DeFilippi, and McMillan have never won in the Cup Series before. All right, well, this is where it gets interesting. It'll be 2 laps to go once we get back underway here in Daytona. So, see if anyone hits in the back. A couple of cars come down pit road. That's Braden Hunsicker, who is still trapped the lap down. He will not, of course, be anywhere near the free pass after being caught up in that wreck.
I don't know. I got the lucky dog.
I think all the one lap down cars wrecked. There's 2 going around. Who's going around with you?
Butler.
John. They gave us
Wow.
both the lucky dog. They feel bad for me.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know why Butler gets the lucky dog with Landon. That's not really.
I
how
guess
it works.
iRacing felt bad for me, guys. I'm like 300 laps down. Just gave me the lucky dog.
Yeah, that's definitely something wrong there. Hayden Holes. Don't think he can pass the pace car. So right now, Aiden Holes runs 23rd. He will finish 23rd, guaranteed, no matter what, unless we have somebody that gets disqualified. Post-race tech, which has happened before. Landon Johnson knows a little bit about that.
Huh? What happened?
You're
I zoned
just
out.
not listening. Unbelievable. Anyways, Holes, by finishing 23rd, would ultimately on the day get 4 points. Well, actually, if he gets a 0x, it would be 5 points. Right now, of course, now 4 points were scored by Axel Smith just in the stage, and he currently now runs P12, which would get him another
Well, he just
10
wrecked.
points.
What is he doing?
What?
I think Aiden Hole just went in the grass for no reason. He's probably lost his 0x.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think the 0x would matter much at this point, though.
That's 1
But-
point, though.
I know. I don't know what he's doing. That's kind of stupid. I don't think he's really aware of that and thinking about that right now. Excuse me, my goodness. Here we go, coming to the choose. Chandler, inside, outside for Hilquich, inside Miller, inside Asbel. Oh, there's contact between M&F Racing teammates. Choosing the inside lane. That's interesting right there. John Butler. I don't think John Butler actually got the free pass. I don't know what he was doing there. He passed the pace car for no reason. He will now have to fall a lap down. Of course, he's locked into the chase anyways. Of course, Miller, he's pretty safe. He just finished his top 5 here. Doesn't want to get caught up in a wreck, though. Lindsay just about locked in, finished second on the stage. He's pretty good, even if he wrecks. So, I mean, the worst you could finish at this point is 14th if you don't get lapped. If you do get lapped, I think you finish 20th. That's the first car that's 2 laps down, or 19th, I mean. All right, well, it's going to be 2 laps to go. Green, white, checkered finish. The leader takes the white flag under green. The race is official. We will finish under green. If there is a caution before the final lap comes out, then we will re-rack them and try them again. We get 3 attempts at overtime. We had to use 2 of them last night in the Grand National Series. We'll see what happens today in the Cup Series. What kind of chaos will we see ensue? I mean, there was Cameron Chandler up front in the Cup race in the Daytona 500 in the final few laps last season. We all know what happened then. One of the biggest, probably the biggest crash we've ever seen in the league unfolded on the final lap. What could happen in their return to Daytona? Who could possibly guess? Sean Hillquich out of chase contention, but he is there in the win contention. Pace car down pit road. Gonna be Chandler and Hillquich with 2 laps to go in Daytona. We're back to green. That's a decent restart by Cameron on the inside lane. Ashton Miller behind him. Miller shoving that 8 car. Trying to get in line. Actually, the inside not very organized, but Cameron gets to the outside to block Hillquich. Now Hillquich almost clear in a second. He won't go down, though. He's still trying to keep it outside of Chandler. He got there. Side by side, Sean Hillquich the lead. Help from Max Stiffy behind him. Sean Hillquich takes the lead in Daytona. DeFilippi now to the top. Oh, there's contact. DeFilippi loose. Lindsay again there. Door to door for the race lead. Max Stiffy and Sean Hillquich. Oh, DeFilippi sideways. My goodness, they all save it. Coming to the white flag. Will they make it back? Here they come. Max DeFilippi getting pushed out front by Pace and Lindsay. Sean Rowe third in line. He clears. 1 lap to go in Daytona. Final lap's underway. Here comes Bryce Benton. Who'll go to the bottom. Final lap underway. Max Stiffy blocks the inside lane with Sean Rowe. Contact between the 99 and the 20. Final time through 1 and 2. Max DeFilippi leads. Looking for career win number 1, but a bunch of hungry drivers behind him as well. Final time down the back straightaway. This is where it all got unfolded in the Daytona 500 earlier this season. It happens here in the wall goes Erdman. Final time back through 3 and 4. There's going to be a run coming. Hillquich gets turned. In the wall upside down is the 5. Coming to the checkered flag. DeFilippi leads, but here comes Sean Rowe. He'll go outside. Benton down low. Rowe nearly gets turned to the checkered flag. Career win number 1 for Max Stiffy. Unbelievable. Huge underdog story. Max DeFilippi wins in Daytona. How about it? Wow. Upset. What an upset. That is definitely right. Max DeFilippi is a NASCAR iRacing FedEx Cup Series winner.
Landon Johnson and Max DeFilippi. You never think that would happen this season.
Wow. How about it? For the driver of the 31, it's Chandler Wilson's Racing's, I can say it right, second career Cup win, second at Daytona. They won the season 4 Daytona 500 with Cole Wilson. And now, Max DeFilippi, how about it? First Cup win comes at the World Center of Racing. And the biggest, maybe biggest underdog story of the season. Maybe outside of Landon Johnson.
Whoa.
And that will put Axel Smith in the playoffs.
Yeah,
P6.
Axel Smith will advance the chase.
Ashton Miller will get in with P10.
And, of course, Pace and Lindsay as well. But Max Stiffy, unbelievable stuff. He is a Cup Series winner. How about that? That's an underdog story you like to see at Daytona. Wow. He has been constantly just told off by his driving style. Never has won a race in Cup. Obviously, you know, Grand National wins. Nothing really in the league. I mean, it's outside of an iCar win, I believe, back at Talladega a couple of seasons ago. Now he is a Cup Series winner. How about that? You can't get much better than that by winning the Cup Series at Daytona. And beats a lot of good guys to do it. Rowe, Benson, Lindsay, Chandler complete your top 5 behind Max DiFilippi, a NASCAR iRacing FedEx Cup Series winner. How about that? Was leading on the final lap. We got to take a look at what happened there on that last lap. They had a bit of a wreck behind them. Of course, Axel Smith finishes 6th, finishes 6th in the stage, or finishes 7th in the stage. 6th in the race. He'll advance. He did enough. But let's take a look at that final lap. Unbelievable. Max DiFilippi, a Cup Series winner. How about that? So down the back straightaway, he obviously led, but I thought Sean Rowe, he was coming with a run. Bryce Benson was hooked up behind him, a bunch of veterans, but then Benson got nearly turned by the 30 of Hillquich. It was Urban who got in the wall, and then Hillquich gets turned by Cameron Chandler, and then look at this. Oh, my goodness, floating nearly upside down. Oh, my God. Connor Aswell, I didn't realize that. Holy. That was a bit of a wreck there for Connor Asbell. My goodness. Let's take a better look at that. So I thought it was Herklotz who was the one who got the worst of it. Here's Herklotz in the 5. He surfs, and then I don't know what kind of physics that is, iRacing, but okay. Upside down. Gets hit by Herklotz anyways, coming to the checker. Let's ride along with Connor Asbell through this accident. Oh my goodness.
If you want to go live, you see some teamwork going on here.
There's what?
If you go live, you see some teamwork going on right here.
Assuming I know what that is. Oh. Okay.
Someone blew it. Zane blew his motor, so I'm pushing Payson to push Zane.
Wait, so he's still trying to finish the race?
I think so.
Oh my God.
Hey, this is like some Lightning McQueen stuff.
The race is still not over, technically. Xander Mott trying to come home. It's 22nd. Okay.
I think they're running out of gas.
Oh.
They're running out of juice.
Oh.
Up, yep, there they go.
Oh, they're still not done. Here they come to the checkered flag. Xander Mott trying to...
I just finished my Wendy's sandwich before this got done.
Xander Mott, how'd you go get it?
DoorDash.
No, I know, but how'd you get it from the door?
They brought it to me.
To the car?
Yep.
They literally walked in your house and brought it to your sim rig?
Yep.
Okay.
That's what happens when you spend $200 for Connor Asbell.
Oh, he gets turns.
Oh! Push him, Eli. Go!
Oh, nope, okay.
Oh, we dumped him.
Oh,
yep.
no. Oh, he's gonna flip.
Come on, flip.
Oh.
No!
Trying to come to the checkered flag here. Oh.
He's almost there. Come on, guys. Best part of the whole race. Up. Yep, now we're just killing him.
Almost there. Coming to the checkered flag.
What is that?
They're already done celebrating a victory lane.
Here comes Xanderman. Xanderman finishes the race. About 5 minutes late, but it's okay.
As long as you get there.
I guess. All right, let's of course take another angle. Oh, that's not what we want to do. But jeez, good lord. Take another angle at that finish. With Max Diffie coming home with the win. Of course, I thought that 20 of Sean Rowe was going to have momentum. So here's the wreck. The 9 of Benson, he saves it. And then Hillquich comes down on Cameron Chandler, as you can see. In front of the 5, and then watch Connor Asbell. Whoop. That's not the most realistic thing, but okay. And then coming to the checkered, I did think, yeah, Sean Rowe did a great save there. He just wasn't able to have momentum. And he finishes 2nd. Benson finishes 3rd. All behind Max Diffie. How about it? All right. Well, post-race interviews coming up. It's a first-time winner. for the second time in 3 weeks, all the way around. Bryce Benson wins. Certainly been an interesting season, to say the least. But post-race interviews coming right up in Daytona. All right. And here he comes from victory lane, Max DiFilippi. Max DiFilippi, you are a NASCAR iRacing FedEx Cup Series winner. You do it in Daytona. What's your reaction right now? Unbelievable.
I don't even know what to say, man. It's just I don't even know where to start. I just want to start by thanking Cameron and everyone for just adding me to the CWR, getting me put on with GCMC and everybody. It's just I never thought I'd be on with one of the potentially the greatest team in FedEx, one of them, and it's just crazy. I got to give a lot of credit to Payson. He said he was unsure if he was going to stick with me or not, and knowing Payson, that's pretty much he's not going to, but he definitely did. So it's just awesome. I mean, I can't thank this league enough, everyone enough. It's just awesome, man.
I mean, this is a massive, absolutely massive win for your career. I mean, let's be honest, it wasn't really going the best for you guys. You unfortunately had to drop out of the Cup Series, drop out of the league for a few weeks, I feel like. You had a terrible Michigan, I think, that just kind of, unfortunately, broke a lot of your confidence here. But you come back and you win at the most famous racetrack that we go to, the Daytona International Speedway. I mean, what kind of a confidence booster? What kind of a day is this? What does this mean?
I mean, it's just I know we left the league. Well, I didn't really leave it. I just took a break, and I just feel like everyone's just kind of pissed off at everybody, mainly me. I mean, I get it. I was being an idiot, but kind of took those couple of weeks off just to refresh, kind of learn how to drive, save tires, all of it. Definitely, it pays off, and showing whenever you just race with the right guys, play with the right guys, how much it pays off. So, just want to thank everybody. Thank you for making this league what it is, and it's just awesome.
Yeah, of course. Just an incredible win for you guys. I mean, coming to the day, did you have any aspirations to win? I know it's Daytona, but, were you thinking, maybe we could go to victory lane tonight? Or is this just completely out of the blue? You still did a great job there on the final lap, holding on to Rowe, Benton, Lindsay, and others.
Well, whenever it all depended for me on if I qualified well or not, and when I didn't, I was like, oh, I'm just gonna lose the draft, and that's exactly what happened. A couple lucky cautions, and we got back up there, and then I don't know what happened. I think we were in the back, and next thing you know, me and Payson were up there. I think it was just a lucky restart choose, but he stuck with me for all he could, and that's just mainly what happened. Is just teammates, and that's really appreciated.
Well, of course, you are now forever a NASCAR iRacing FedEx Cup Series winner. I mean, what kind of celebrations are we going to see down in Victory Lane?
A ton of thanking, a ton of going into DMs and just telling all TCMC thank you and CWR, and it's just awesome.
Well, Max, congratulations on your huge first career win. This, I know, means a ton to your the team, Chandler Wilson Racing. It's actually the team's second Cup win at Daytona, even though they're part-time. Cole Wilson won the season for Daytona 500 for CWR. But, yeah, so big congrats on the win tonight, your first ever Cup win, and we'll see you, I guess, next race.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right. That was Max Diffie. What a win. Unbelievable. First ever Cup Series win comes at Daytona. Can't really think of a better place to have your first Cup win for Max Diffie. All right. Coming up next will be Bryce Benton, I think, if he is. All right. Bryce Benton finished third. Oh, no, Sean Rowe, he finished in second. Well, Sean Rowe, it was an amazing points day for you guys, even though you really didn't need them, I would say. You won the stage, and you finished second in the race. But, man, coming to the checkered flag, I thought you had it right in the bag there. I had a big shove from Bryce Benton, but Diffie looked like he just blocked you a little bit too much. Is there anything maybe you would do differently there if you could replay the final lap?
I don't know if there's much more I could have done if I didn't have the team Chevy or whatever the team is behind me, maybe. Because I don't know what was going on, but CJ Erdman started it, and he just would, refuse to push me the entire race. And then on the white flag in 3, Bryce, instead of pushing me and giving us both a shot to win, just decided to try to pass me for some reason. And then we weren't able to build the run. But like I backed up to him to try to get the push, and he tries going to my outside. And then Payson wrecked me after the race. I don't really care about that, but I don't know. I just needed a push, but he didn't want to push me for some reason. So that was pretty annoying having like 3 or 4 people just refuse to push me in the entire race.
Well, of course, the chase is obviously coming up. You actually, I think you jumped Matthew White for third in the seeding now after getting an extra chase point by winning the stage today. So a third coming into the chase. We got Iowa coming up next week. Got 3 mile and a half involved there as well. Talladega Superspeedway, New Hampshire as well. What are your thoughts? Do you think you could maybe chase down a Cup Series championship here over the next 7 races?
No. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know. I could. I need some things to go my way. We got New Hampshire. I like New Hampshire. I'm pretty good at New Hampshire's home track, but I don't like the Gen 4, so we'll see what happens. We'll see if I get lucky, if I don't get kirked by other people. And where are we going next week? Do you know that
Iowa.
offhand?
Yeah, Iowa.
Iowa?
Yeah.
That could be pretty fun. I don't know. We'll have to see. I haven't raced the Gen 4 that much on short tracks this season. So, we'll see what happens. I don't think we're in a bad spot starting the chase or playoffs. So I just got to be consistent. I can't have like Atlanta type finishes where we wreck out and don't finish,
All right, Sean. Well, nice job coming on P2. Great points day, of course. Get an extra chase point. You'll enter third in the standings, and we'll see you next week for the chase in Iowa.
Yeah, see you next week.
That was Sean Rowe. Coming up next, Bryce Benson finished in third place today. So Bryce Benson in contention late for the win. Had a great couple of final laps there, up to P3 from, I think, restarting in P11. So that's a great job by you guys. Obviously, it's been such a great season. You were locked into the chase. You were locked into finishing second in the regular season points anyways. And you will now, no. So you're actually going to be second, I believe, in the chase grid after Chandler gets his 15. You get your 10. So second coming into the chase here at Iowa next week. I'm sorry. What are your thoughts on that, and ultimately your thoughts on this race tonight?
Yeah, I mean, I do wish that I did get that 20 chase point penalty at Darlington, because I would probably be the leader of the points going into the chase. But second's still good. We're still gonna be pretty close to Cameron, but yeah, I mean, yeah, the race was pretty interesting. I felt like I had a really good performance, but yeah, just kind of at towards the end before that last yellow, I was just kind of making some bad decisions, and I don't know, I was kind of just getting left out to dry, and it was just not ideal. I was just trying stuff, and it did not work. But that yellow came out, which kind of helped me get a reset. Chose top, which turned out to be the correct line, and we were moving up on the top, and yeah, I was able to file in P3 and pretty much just stay at P3. There wasn't much I could do from there. Almost got turned down the back straightaway, so that could have been bad. I'm glad I saved it, but yeah, obviously also really happy for Max. Great win for him. I know the feeling from the 500 to get my first win at Daytona, so definitely very happy for him. But yeah, I mean, in a way, I do wish it could have been us. I did want to sweep the Daytona races, 500, and yeah, I mean, winning at Daytona is not easy, and honestly, I mean, we can't be too mad about a P3, especially at Daytona, because it could have went much worse. So, yeah.
Well, of course, Iowa comes up next week. It's a short track. How do you guys think you can start off your chase? Maybe in a good way. What do you guys think you can do next week?
Yeah, I mean, is it old Iowa or new Iowa?
Old.
Okay. I mean, I feel like I'd be better at new Iowa, but old Iowa I'm not terrible at. I don't really know how I'll be. I mean, that's kind of been the story of the season for a lot of these races. I have no clue how I'll be for a lot of the races, but I mean, I'm definitely not that good at short tracks with this car, so it might not be ideal, but I think we could still have a solid run. It's definitely a pretty different short track, to be honest. It's kind of fast, and There's multiple grooves you can run, so I think we could definitely have a good run. I mean, yeah, we just gotta keep this momentum from winning a bunch of races at the end of the regular season and getting P3 here tonight. Just gotta keep that momentum going into the chase, and yeah, hopefully we can go for a championship.
All right, Bryce Benson, of course, nice job coming home in third place today, and we'll see you next week for the chase in Iowa.
Yep.
All right, just give us a quick second. God. Still dying here in the booth. Good lord. All right. Okay, well, of course, the Cup Series chase points are counted. Your top three will be Chandler, Benson, and Rowe for chase points. White will be seated in fourth. Coming up next, Payson Lindsay. Payson Lindsay, you will finish in P4 today here in Daytona. I mean, you will make, of course, the chase, so that's good. Better than last season when, obviously. But you were in contention all day long here from the World Center of Racing, obviously. Just what more did you need there towards the end of the race to maybe get a win?
Yeah, I mean, with like 30 to go, we got nearly turned from the lead with Bryce Poston. I don't know if you remember that down the backstretch. We were about as sideways as we could without getting wrecked, and went all the way to the back of the field. Somehow hung onto the draft, but we made our way back to the field after that. And then on those last pit stops, we got turned by Eli Solomon down pit road. That set us back once again. So we got really, really lucky with that caution, but. Then even after that caution, we had to make our way back to the field again. We got up to like P8, but then we got P6 on the choose cone somehow. I don't know why more people didn't pick the top. So it was me and Flips. Their P2 with, I believe, Sean Hilkowitz in front of us. And I was trying to go with him till the checkered. That's how it seemed it was going to go. Then Bryce left us out. They're going on the front stretch. If he would have, I don't really know why he went low. If he would have stayed up with me and Max, we would have had CWR, TCMC, 1, 2, 3 there going into 1 most likely. But yeah, and then we just had help from CJ, and then CJ got turned by Sean. I mean, just anytime I had a chance for the win, had a chance to be up front, felt like something went wrong. Got turned by Bryce earlier in the race, got spun down pit road, got a black flag that couldn't get cleared, and on the last lap, my push gets spun around, and that's just kind of it. So I feel like we were in contention as much as we could have been, and still P4 after all that carnage.
Well, yeah, of course, the chase is coming up. You guys, of course, like I said, will advance to the chase. So back in the chase after a season away. You haven't been here since in the chase since 2024, back in season 3. So it's been a little bit of a draft for you guys. But, of course, coming up next week in Iowa, you think you can start off the chase well, even with no chase points to go along with it?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, the last like 3 or 4 races we've qualified. I think the worst we've qualified in the last 4 races was actually here, where we qualified 4th. We had a pole P2. Can't remember where we qualified last week. It might have been 4th as well, and then we got P4 here in qualifying. And then we always run up front, but we just can't quite execute if it's just something going wrong, like us getting endured by now your race winner Flippy under yellow and getting damaged, getting sent to the back after getting our pole at Kentucky, or just something going wrong. So I mean, if we can just have a little bit of luck, we can probably get a top 5 most of the races, and just see what we can do in the chase here. Good job to Max on the win. I know it's been a long time coming for him. He's been in contention for a lot of super speedway wins, and how do you finally see him get one?
Oh, God. Okay. I'm dying right now. But anyways, Payson Lindsay, nice job on the whatever place you finished today. Worth, I think. And we'll see you next week in Dover, or Iowa.
Thank you. Freeway.com.
No. All right. Next up. Who is it? I believe it might be Ashton Miller, finished 10th. Ashton Miller, you guys actually started on pole today, but you ultimately will finish in 10th. Really wasn't the greatest day after that. Gotta get shoved out of line, never really returned to the front. But top 10 today in Daytona will advance you to the chase. So are you ultimately thinking that's the most important thing with all this?
Yes, honestly, that's what I was worried about because
seeing that Axel Smith actually, registered and raced this today, I just needed all the points that I can get on him. And I guess getting the pole, which I didn't think we were going to do, but I guess getting the pole gave us an extra point, plus the top 10 amount of points and a couple of stage points. So we were just hoping and begging that we had enough points just to beat him. And I'm pretty sure we did. So, yeah, I mean, honestly, interesting race. Upset we didn't have a chance to win today. Just got wrecked out, but it's Daytona. What are you gonna do? I saw my teammate in my rearview mirror flip, so that was certainly something. But I'm just glad to make it to the chase because I think I've made it to the playoffs every single time I've started the in FedEx. So
Well, yeah, yes, you have fourth chase for you guys this season. So, God. Anyways, the chase starts next week in Iowa. What kind of run can we expect from you?
we'll try to give it our all. Iowa's not our best track on the for us. Is not the best track on the schedule. We're not really good at short tracks or anything really less than a mile. So we'll try to do it the best we can, but hopefully just stuff goes our way and we can end the final season of full-time racing FedEx off with a bang.
All right, Ashton Miller. Well, nice job here on the top 10 that will advance you to the chase for your fourth straight appearance in FedEx Cup Series chase, and we will see you next week for the opener in Iowa.
Thank you.
Okay, Eli or Landon, are you guys having an issue where iRacing is just not uploading the results? Can someone
I don't know. I
check if
already
they ever
closed out of mine.
or you never got your result? No, I mean like the results that show up after you close out of the session, or
I
the
didn't
race
pay
is over.
attention.
You're such a fruit. Did you hit the X? Do you remember hitting an
Maybe.
X? Oh my God, you're Eli.
Yeah, I got the
Give me
results.
1 second.
Because iRacing's being a fruit right now and just not working with that.
Who's on the waiting room?
I got my results.
Oh. Alright, well, can you download them and send them to me?
Nah, how do you do that? I'll share results.
I'm out of it.
No. Oh, there's a download button.
Yeah, because iRacing...
Which one? CSV or JSON?
Let me actually check real quick. Actually, just do both and then send them to me, because I don't really know. I'll try both. So iRacing is just deciding it's not going to upload my results. Anyways, coming up next is... God, we're dying once again. Good lord. Going to be... I believe Connor Asbell. Well, Connor Asbell, you had a great run tonight in Daytona. Led some laps here. What a day for you guys. Pretty remarkable. You almost won this race, of course, a few seasons ago. But the final lap didn't go your way, obviously. That was a massive flip. First of all, are you okay?
Yeah, that was very unexpected to say the least. Yeah, that was interesting.
Well, of course, you were in your Cup Series return today from Daytona International Speedway. I mean, such a great run. I know it's a super speedway and all that, but really great run for you guys tonight. Will we see you in any more remaining races for this Cup season?
I don't really know. I got some real life stuff going on, so I've had an opening today. I was like, oh, it's Daytona, sweet. But Talladega has been kind of circled on my list of things to do because, I mean, Daytona just seems like a track where I can get close but never be able to win. Especially this race, the second Daytona race, you always kind of see me in the second half of the race just leading laps. Then coming down to the end, I always either get screwed over or just wind up finishing second or third. But yeah, I was actually happy to do this race. I had a lot of fun. Just kind of did what I did, got back in a rhythm, and yeah.
Oh, hopefully we, of course, can see you here soon. Nice job on the run tonight. I'm glad you're okay after that horrific flip that just kind of defied physics. And we will see you maybe in Talladega.
Yeah, it was my first flip after all. So see y'all.
All right, coming up next, Cameron Chandler's here. He ultimately came in 5th. Cameron Chandler, you guys will finish in 5th today. You were up front leading the race with, I think, 2 to go. Ultimately, you got shuffled out of line. But your team car, Max Iffy, wins the race. Ultimately, a P5, and the winner as the team owner. Seems like a pretty successful day.
I don't think Cam is here, man.
He is speechless.
He feels so excited for his driver.
I know.
Yeah, he's
Wow.
so excited. You might have to just drag him back just because he's so excited that he can't speak.
Yeah, he can't even contain his excitement. He might have to go to the hospital. We're going to send him to Halifax Medical Center. Anyways, coming up next
Don't get
will be Zainerman.
Don't get Ethan the lap.
Zainerman, what an incredible finish it was for you guys there at the end of the race. Unbelievable stuff. I mean, it's just maybe a lap record there in the final lap. Take me through how incredible that was.
Ethan, I'm just gonna be straight up honest with you. This was just straight up this was straight up like my most terrible like Gen 4 race I think I had in my career. So I'm not too thrilled about what happened to me, considering like my internet for some reason just decided to disconnect me from that. So yeah, I'm pissed about that. Really am. I mean, like I apologize to my sponsor for that. I felt like I let them down. So yeah, I'll probably run the scheme again, like at Talladega or something, just to make up for that. But yeah, just disappointing finish for this one team. I kind of wish we had something better for that, but in the end, we didn't. So yeah.
Well, of course, we had it. God damn. God. I somehow made it through the week. We head to Iowa next week. It's corn country. You think you could? I don't know. I don't even know what the fuck. Whoa. Okay.
Huh?
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Okay.
Flip it.
No one heard that. No, I don't even know what
I think
to say
Miller.
there.
I think Miller's
but,
gonna have to take over.
Whoa!
You
You can't be saying that.
You think you could ride some corn to victory lane?
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't know how would you describe that, but Iowa, I would say it's considered one of my best tracks. Finished 3rd there one time in an ARCA race for lobbies. I'm sure y'all remember that, but well, probably not. And then I think last season in Grand National, I finished like what 11th, 9th. I don't know. I forgot. Yeah, but overall, I think it's my best track, like short track wise. So yeah, we'll just see what we can do and just try and like, yeah, I don't know. I'm so disappointed. I'm running out of words to say.
God. All right. Anyways, as we're dying once again, it's been a hell of an interview with Zainerman, but we will see you next week in Iowa.
Appreciate it, I guess.
Okay.
And by the way, before we do that interview, Axel Smith made about 3 points over Aiden Holes.
Wow, I was trying to check, but iRacing was not doing me any favors. And now we uploaded the wrong results 3 times, so oh my god.
Good job.
Ding dong.
Nice try. Let's
That's
see
not
if it
the
works
sickness.
this
That's
time.
just straight. That's straight just being dumb.
No, I keep uploading. First of all, I had the dual points, then I had last season's points. Now we're going to do a FedEx Season 5. So it actually works. Okay, we're dying. Okay. I was muting, by the way, multiple times in that race. But anyways, coming up next, we're going to do the 2 Knox cars, I guess. All right, Keegan Shelton and Knox Thompson, the 2 drivers from K10 Motorsports. You guys are making your team debut here in the Cup Series tonight. Unfortunately, it's to a double DNF. So ultimately, what went wrong tonight in Daytona for both of you guys?
Well, my engine decided to go kablut in the middle of. Well, I was like in the middle of the straightaway when I was like 5 car lengths off of dude in front of me, and well, I don't know how it blew up, but it blew up, and
No.
What?
this is the weirdest interview ever. I forgot what I was gonna say. Keegan, say something.
Hold on. Almost to 4,000 cookies.
Ethan, you've lost control.
Okay.
He's blind cookie clicker, I think.
What? Anyways, we head to Iowa next week. You guys, of course, both full time in the Grand National Series. Knox, technically, you're still in contention for the Grand National Series title. You think that will last up after Iowa?
I think so. Iowa's a pretty good track for me. I've had some pretty good luck there and some officials, and other than that, I feel like I have a good chance. Might do Cup next week. I don't know, but I feel like it gives me a good chance after getting destroyed by TJ Moon. Still don't know how that's not a penalty. And wrecked at Darlington, and the 44 just killed me last night at Daytona. So I 3 horrible races. Maybe I can rebound.
All right, Knox. Well, of course, and Keegan, nice job on the runs tonight. Sorry, it ended in kaboom. But we will see you guys next week in Cornlands, Iowa.
Yes. Keegan, do the
I'm
last.
gonna do it.
All right, that's enough.
That's enough.
No, that's enough. Enough of that. Anyways, coming up next is going to be Aiden Holes. And, yep, that's going to be a Saturn interview. Well, Aiden Holes, you are in the chase to enter today at Daytona.
He left.
He's not. He's very unhappy. Okay.
Somebody's angry.
I guess not. Okay. Well, anyways, guys, what a race, and the chase is now set. Oh, God. Okay. Unfortunately, iRacing is being iRacing. It's being a fruit. And we're going to have to do manual points for us, well, stage points here. So I was going to get the points out right away, and for some reason we're showing things. Okay. Oh, we were showing my screen the whole time. That's great.
Season 1.
Season 1. Oh, nice try. Yeah, don't do that. No. Thank you. God, man.
That's funny.
All right. Well, guys, any final thoughts from the Daytona International Speedway?
No.
I know someone does.
Wow. Not Lane Johnson, but overall it was a good night of racing. A lot of green flag running, which is kind of expected from my perspective, but overall I thought it was really good racing. Had a wreck or two there at the end, but that's expected at Daytona. But probably the cleanest Daytona you'll see in a while. For our last Daytona, it wasn't too bad.
All right. Certainly was an interesting one. Of course, well, there's no lobbies tomorrow night, but the chase begins. We get some post-race stuff to figure out. All will be announced on Instagram and whatever on the points situation, how the seating will look heading into next week in Iowa. Of course, the chase will begin. No Grand National chase, obviously, but the chase will begin for the Cup Series on Thursday from Iowa Speedway. Great week of racing here in Daytona. And how about it? First-time Cup winner, Max Stiefelepi. He gets it done from the World Center of Racing. So on behalf of all Team Moto's commentators, drivers, officials, everyone involved making this league what it is, thank you for watching the NASCAR iRacing FedEx Cup Series regular season finale in Daytona. The chase is now set, and we will see you for the chase next week in Iowa.